What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Blunt Sports Talk. This is the channel where I might not tell you what you want to hear, but I'm definitely going to tell you what you need to hear. And on this channel, I give recap and analysis of the Panthers. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and get a video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the bell icon too, because I'm dropping these dope videos right here, man. So you got to be the first one to see these things when they come hot off the press. And today I have a special video, another film session, man. I love doing these videos. I got pretty good feedback on the first one. So today we're talking about Scott Turner and his play calling. So we know about the coaching staff getting fired. Ron Rivera got let go by the team, and Norv Turner pretty much took an assistant role, and he pretty much, I guess he got demoted from offensive coordinator, and they allowed his son, Scott Turner, to call the plays. And Scott Turner was the former quarterbacks coach, so he's been working closely with Kyle Allen, Cam Newton, and Will Grier. So the thing about Scott Turner is he had never called plays before. He had been an assistant for a few years, and obviously he has the bloodline with Norv Turner, but he was an assistant for Jim Harbaugh also. So he hasn't really had a chance to be the play caller, but he's been around some pretty good offensive minds. So I was very curious to see how he would do. The first game was okay, up and down, but he did show some creativity, and maybe he has some new ideas because he's been around the old head philosophers like Norv Turner and Jim Harbaugh, but he's a lot younger. He's in his 30s, so maybe he has some fresh ideas. He usually hears all the play calls because he's the one that signals in the play from the press box down to the quarterback. So he was seeing every play go in, so maybe he had his own opinion on what should be called and what shouldn't be called. Nevertheless, this was a pretty decent game for him, and I like what I saw because he showed some promise, especially for a guy who doesn't have much experience. And with the Panthers coaching staff being changed around, could Scott Turner possibly be retained as the offensive coordinator? You never know, you know what I'm saying? Because Tepper and Ron Rivera, when they made the announcement about the firing, that they wanted this to be an opportunity and a trial for Scott Turner to audition for not only the Panthers, but for the rest of the league. So I want to look at some film of this past week's game against the Seahawks and really evaluate and show what I liked about Scott Turner. But hey, real quick, down below in the comments, let me know what you think about Scott Turner. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that we should just clean house and get rid of everybody that had to do with Ron Rivera or whatever, but maybe if Scott Turner shows some promise, he may be retained as either the offensive coordinator or somewhere else on staff. So let me know your impressions of Scott Turner, but also let me know if my analysis of Scott Turner's play calling even changed your mind about thinking if he should be back or not. So I want to know your comment right now, how you feel about him before you watch my video and how you're going to feel about him after you watch the video. So let me know. I've been harping all year about the need to keep it simple and just give the ball to the playmakers, whether it's Christian McCaffrey, Curtis Samuel, or DJ Moore. These guys are great after the catch. They are similarly built. They're around the 5'10", 5'11", 200-pound, 190-pound weight. They're quick and they're fast, and they all can catch the ball and run the ball out of the backfield. They all have experience with doing both. So they're very interchangeable parts. There's some really complicated and really unique things you can do with these guys, and I feel like Scott Turner had done a pretty decent job, especially this past game, of taking advantage of that. And we're going to go to the film and look at it right now. So let's fast forward to the first scoring drive of the Panthers. This is the second drive. And, the Panthers are already down 7-0 here to the Seahawks, and they needed a drive to kind of settle down. The defense was kind of wailing a little bit, and I know this time in the game, when the offense goes 3 and out, it can really leave the defense very, very tired, and then that's when the run starts getting even harder to stop than they already have. So they really needed a drive right here, and this is still the scripted plays. And what I liked about this drive, it was 12 plays, 75 yards, 6 minutes, and every one of these plays, I counted all of them, every one of these plays had motions and shifts. That makes the defense think and sometimes get out of position. And when you start having these interchangeable parts like Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, and Curtis Samuel moving around, you don't know where the ball is going. You don't know who's going to get the ball. And these guys have the speed to really make a difference. So let's watch this first play. I know last week we were kind of puzzled about Curtis Samuel being shifted to the backfield, but he did it again. He got a traditional handoff. This week, he got very, very creative. He brought Christian McCaffrey in motion like a jet sweep. Everybody's going to go to that. But then, lo and behold, he turns around and throws a running back screen to Curtis Samuel. Ends up being a pretty big gain, getting about 12 yards on getting the first down. I really, really liked it. As you see it again from this tight angle, Curtis Samuel getting to the backfield. He does have that experience. You see the defense kind of pointing around, obviously, trying to check the stuff. And watch when Christian McCaffrey comes in motion. Everybody knows he's our playmaker. They kind of stop and hesitate is to look for him. This opens it up for Curtis Samuel. There's a lot of field, and Curtis is very slippery and quick in open field, and he makes something happen. I really like what Curtis did on that play. Brilliant play design by Scott Turner here. The other thing I really liked about what Scott Turner did with his play calling in that first scoring drive is he watched last week's game, obviously. If you guys watched it in primetime, you saw that the Rams pretty much got whatever they wanted against the Seahawks defense, and Scott Turner took some of the same stuff from their game plan and put it into us. The Rams are very good about running X zone, running half motions, running jet sweep, full motions, similar to a lot of the stuff we did. And you can just watch and see the direct crossover to how we implement it. You can see it's a one-by-one set, obviously one receiver on each side, single backfield, double tight ends, and the Rams end up running that short motion to Reynolds. He returns. Just that little motion. The motion can kind of make the defense think, makes them hesitate a little bit, and that just opens up a big cutback and opens up other lanes. As you see how Gurley gets a pretty big run off of that return motion. And you'll see how the Panthers implemented this exactly and got very similar results. Here it is, like I said, the Panthers will line up in a similar formation, but they're not in it right now. They're going to shift to it. Like I said, they did a lot of motion and shifts on every play of this first drive. And you'll see Manhurts go from fullback to the tight end. So we got the same double tight end, single wide receiver formation, just like the Rams is a little bit more spread out, but very similar formation, single backfield. Curtis Samuel's going to go in motion, and then he's going to come right back and return just like Reynolds did. Christian McCaffrey's going to get the ball, and the defense just thinks and gets out of position because the motion kind of throws them off. The shift has them thinking about their checks. Look, the linebackers are talking, they're shifting and stuff. While they're doing that, we're getting ready to go. We're going in motion. Curtis returns in half motion. He's already running that jet sweep, so they're thinking he may get the ball, but Christian McCaffrey gets it. The defense over pursues, and it ends up being a nice chunk of yards for us, similar to how the Rams got the same results. So I like how Scott Turner took the stuff from Sean McVay's game plan in the Rams and implemented it against the Seahawks the next week. And like I said, one of the things with the type of playmakers we got with the Cat Pack with CMC, DJ Moore, and Curtis Samuel, they have similar skill sets, so you can really move them around. And Scott Turner knows this, so he ends up lining up in the same formation as that first play where we ran the running back screen, but you give the defense the same looks, but you can run different things off of it. Once you do different motions and different shifts, you can do different things. You know, the first play, we ran that screen to Curtis Samuel right here after faking the Christian McCaffrey. This time we're going to come back with the jet sweep all the way and actually give it to Christian McCaffrey. He's going to get a nice gain of yards. And look, that hesitation because the linebacker does not know exactly where the ball is going, that gives Christian McCaffrey enough room to turn it up. Watch the hesitation from Bobby Wagner because so much is going on in that backfield. Bobby Wagner is one of the best linebackers in the league, but even he has to think and think for a split second, and that slows him down because he ends up getting cut off by this block, and Christian McCaffrey ends up getting another chunk of yards. So that window dressing and that motion makes the defense hesitate just enough to give us that extra step with the explosive guys we have. That's all they need. So let's go back to the Rams game last week. We're going to get that same one-by-one formation, guys, and it's not that complicated. The Rams just run a lot of stuff. A lot of their plays look the same, but they have 4 or 5 different options off of it they can go to that leaves the defense guessing. And this is another piece that we stole from with Scott Turner. You got to give him credit because, look, they end up coming with that motion instead of the return motion to Reynolds. Reynolds actually comes all the way across and gets the ball. So all those times that you saw that Josh Reynolds went back and forth with the motion, going there and maybe coming back, he actually comes all the way through and gets the ball. And look, he turns the corner. The defense is too slow because they hesitated just a half a step, and now he's able to get that corner. So let's watch how it crosses over to the Panthers game plan. And the Panthers game is a little bit different formation. This is a heavy formation because it's third down and short. Everybody thinks Christian McCaffrey is going to get it. The defense has 9 men in the box, as you can see, and we have no fullback, but we do have a wide receiver out there. But watch how we do. Another play with motion in it, but we run DJ in short motion. He stops at the hip like he's going to be an extra blocker, and the defense even puts another guy in the box. And they're thinking run all day to Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey's been productive for us all year. Why wouldn't we give him the ball on this 3rd and 1? But we run DJ in motion, actually give him the jet sweep. And that little quick pitch right there gives DJ enough. DJ is very, very explosive and good with the ball in his hands. He's almost like a running back. And just that little quick pop right there, giving him a running start, allows him to be able to turn the corner and get that yardage. Because look how that defender hesitated. And he was the one that missed the tackle. Let's go back right here. Look at this defender right here. Watch his steps. He hesitates not even for a split second. And then that's all DJ needs to turn the corner on him. And had he went straight to it, he probably could have got DJ. Look, he has outside leverage on DJ, but that little hesitation of possibly having a handoff slows him down long enough for DJ to outrun him. And look, DJ's already on the perimeter. He dives for him, but DJ makes a miss, gets the first down, and a little bit more. We're keeping it moving on this scoring drive. So fast forward this drive obviously a little bit, and we're in the red zone still. The Panthers are knocking on the door, getting ready to score a touchdown, and they're going to do another motion on this play. Like I said, they motion on all 12 of these plays, giving the defense a lot of stuff to think about. And watch Ian Thomas. He'll motion over, And then with the thing about running these type of plays is that it requires timing. The timing is a little bit off on this because we don't run this all the time like the Rams, so it's not going to look as crisp, but it still works out good sometimes when Curtis Samuel still gets the ball in the jet sweep, even though he wasn't supposed to. I think it was supposed to be a pass play, just looking at how DJ Moore did, but it ended up working out perfect. But because we run this stuff like that, the defense hesitates. Look at that hesitation right there by the guy on the edge, and we end up getting the corner, end up getting close to a first down, if not a first down. But look, you'll see it again. Watch this edge defender. He's going to have outside contain. He's talking with communicating because of the shift. Curtis Samuel gets it. He's outside of him already turned the corner, gets the first down, big time play right there. Let's fast forward 2 more plays. When the Panthers are on the 1-yard line, they have to get in now. They're in shotgun, which is pretty shocking instead of line up on the center. This is a lot different. You know, with Norv Turner, we would line up on the center, try to pound it in. We've had our struggles on the 1-yard line, so this is the scenario I really wanted to see what we would do in order to right our wrongs, because we've lost 4 or 5 games where we had the ball on the 1-yard line with a chance to take the lead. We haven't got it done. This time, Scott Turner spreads them out. We've been doing motion and shifts all drive. Why not keep it going? You know what I'm saying? Curtis Samuel's got a lot of carries. Bring him in motion. That kind of opens it up, and Christian McCaffrey pretty much goes in for the walk-in touchdown, man. We're going to see it from the back angle just for good measure, how we finish off this drive. Curtis Samuel comes in motion. You can see Bobby Wagner hesitate a little bit, and that forces him to take on the blocks. None of the Seahawks can really move because they're guessing on stuff. You know what I'm saying? Watch this safety. He's not going to make the play anyway, being that deep. But watch him move over to the right a little bit as they adjust to that motion, because we ran it so much that they have to respect it. You know what I'm saying? And that little hesitation is enough for this combo block to be able to get up to the upper level and get to Bobby Wagner. And look, he's already on him. Cut him off. Christian McCaffrey, goes in for a walk-in touchdown. It's beautiful, man. That's why I think we probably should have ran this type of offense pretty much all year. And just imagine with Cam Newton at quarterback, being able to add his own legs as a running element in the zone read. This offense can really have a chance to do something like this, whether it's Scott Turner calling the plays or any other offensive coordinator bringing that can be this creative, because there's so many different things you can do with motion and shifts and screens and end arounds with the guys we have. They have the speed to get to the outside and turn the corner, as you've seen against a playoff caliber team, the Seattle Seahawks, that this stuff has been effective against. So the pieces are there. We just need the right offensive coordinator to put us in the right place. So as you can see, like I said, I've been pretty impressed with what he showed on that early on in that drive. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a little bit tougher, obviously, with Will Grier being a quarterback. But they really like Will Grier coming out of the draft process. Scott Turner talked about how he had dinner and stuff and went to the pro day with Will Grier, and they really like the skill set he showed. Is he prepared after running the scout team most of the year? We'll see. But if they do pretty well, this could really help boost the resume for Scott Turner and his opportunity of returning next year or being in a different position. Because if he's been doing this with Kyle Allen at quarterback and a different creativity, just imagine what the element will bring in with a dual threat quarterback like Cam Newton, especially when you see guys like Lamar Jackson doing big things and Deshaun Watson doing big things, running those RPOs and stuff like that. So the possibilities could be endless if Scott Turner has the right coaches around him. Even if he's just retained on staff and not the offensive coordinator, I think Scott Turner is really putting his best foot forward, and it showed some promise that he's going to have an opportunity to be a pretty good coach in this league if he keeps going and progressing like he has been going. But you guys let me know down below in the comments what you think about Scott Turner. What do you think about the play calling thus far in these first couple games that he's been the offensive coordinator? Do you think that he has some promise and a chance to be back? Let me know down below in the comments, man. But without further ado, I'm Aaron Duncan signing off. And this is Blunt Sports Talk. I'll see you next time.